First, again, thank you for your patience and for working with our team so well. Obviously, we met earlier and had a little bit of information. I'll kind of reiterate what we talked about earlier today. We got threats from, we got notice of a threat against our courthouse, which immediately put all of our judges, our civilians, our attorneys, everyone, our team in peril. We had a former intel on who the individual was. We had also received a call this morning from a relative that was telling us that he was on the way to the courthouse, was coming there to do harm, and that this was going to be it. Our team was able to identify him very early on in the parking lot. When they went to approach, he displayed a firearm and also had a bag. This individual's had a previous report of making threats of setting off bombs at the courthouse. So obviously our team was very focused on both items. As he brandished the firearm, our team was able to contain it out front. The individual never made it inside the courthouse. We were able to, by splitting our team, we had part of them working on containing the individual. The other part of the team was focused on all of the civilians inside, making sure that they were out of harm's way, which we were successful in doing. We got everything contained. As time would progress, the individual was very agitated. He continued to display the firearm. Periodically, he would sit down and smoke a cigarette, always keeping the firearm close to him, always picking the firearm back up immediately. Our SWAT team was able to deploy. We pulled back our initial resources, our initial perimeter team, and had SWAT take over the incident. As our SWAT team decided they were going to try and approach to continue to negotiate, he had really not done a lot of talking, was not making demands, was being very agitated, if you will. Our SWAT team, as they started getting close, the individual was paying special attention to our armored personnel vehicle, making sure that he kept it in constant eye. You could tell even when it first arrived, when the SWAT team first arrived, it agitated him that it was there. So as our SWAT team started getting close, they attempted to deploy. He had the firearm in his waistband at that point. They attempted to deploy non-lethal, and he responded to that in an aggressive fashion. Our team responded with lethal fire, and he is deceased at the scene. We have our SWAT team has still maintained the perimeter. We have our homicide unit will be engaged. We also have FDLE that will be engaged in the incident as it pertains to the shooting this morning. You know, we never want to see these end this way. There's no doubt about that. We always would like to see it end peacefully, but unfortunately this one did not.
Can you tell us what non-lethal force that you used? Because we heard what sounded like a single shot and then several gunshots. Sheriff, what was it that they deployed initially?
Without going into great detail, only because I don't have all the specifics of the weapon, it's a non-lethal weapon that is deploying a taser. And we actually tried 2 attempts with that. And again, his action forced our SWAT team to take action and resulted in the gunfire.
Do you know what exactly he did that was threatening?
At this time, I don't have all of the specific details. Again, FDLE will come in and will actually look at everything. The preliminary I have is that as the incident was unfolding in the non-lethal, he responded to that with aggressive action. So I don't have the exact details of it at this point. What I can tell you is that unfortunately, as I said, this did not end the way that all of us would have liked to seen it end, but all of our law enforcement are safe, and all of our citizens at the courthouse today are safe and sound.